So, raw den is raw dead, which means we are raw done with the tier. So we can celebrate by eating some raw sushi? That one got away from me a little bit.
Li Shen is dead! And we're done with the tier, right? Not quite.
So we killed Lei Shen Wednesday of the week of the 4th of July.
Thank God. It's over. Great boss. I really liked him a lot.
Now, the thing with the last boss on the heroic version of Throne of Thunder, Raden, is that you only get 30 attempts on him per week. So the choice was, number one, we could start fresh, re-clear everything, or B, we could extend again and use all those 30 attempts on Tuesday.
This is the last boss of the tier. We get this, we get the realm first, and we're done.
And so we decided to extend on Raden.
So, for the last time this tier, I hit the button.
So it's an incredibly boring anticlimactic fight. Basically, you start out phase 1, everybody's stacked. And then you start DPSing them down at the beginning of phase 1. Red and I think white orb comes out. You burn down the red orb, and then you start the sort of true phase. In that true phase, someone gets a debuff.
When that player reaches the end of his debuff, he's going to shoot a laser out at the farthest located target. So what we did was we had 2 markers set up.
So basically, since the boss is in the middle, and we have one person on one warlock portal, and then this other warlock portal right here, the person that gets a debuff originally, they go to this mark. Then the person that's next in the list that Method was calling out and being a super helpful guy goes to this one. So then the lightning goes across, it zaps this person, then this person goes up to the boss over here, and then this other person takes the warlock portal this way. So you basically end up going in a triangle, and it's like
a giant fucking conga line.
Bigwoods came out with an assistant that has the list in order and calls out the list to the raid leader or whoever's watching it, which makes it 10 times easier.
But some people still couldn't figure it out. Granted, that only took a couple attempts, so once we made it through the entire list once of everybody that was on it, then all of a sudden it was second nature to go. People got it.
Once we started getting close to the end of the list, you have to let him eat a red orb.
It resets the stacks that kill you.
Like, I don't think they intended you to stay in beta phase the entire time and just reset it over and over again until phase 2.
That's what everybody does now, basically. I'd like to actually see a video of somebody doing it the other way, like either switching between phases or doing the anima phase as well. I think that would be kind of neat.
Suzu? Saint? Asteria Star?
Killing the red orbs, we had a couple issues. We did resolve that by altering the list. Like, someone had the brilliant idea of, hey, let's send melee last in the list so they can have the most uptime on the boss. Which, you would think would make sense, but it's like, okay, well, now you're going to have range. At least 2 range out there, plus 1 person waiting in the wings that can't touch an orb.
There is no real DPS check except for burning a orb every 30 or 45 seconds, burning it 12 million in about 10 seconds.
Killing the red orb is extremely important, because if it does hit the boss, it's a massive amount of damage.
We had certain classes that should have been incredibly good damage on orb that just simply were not doing the job needed.
I have to say my back hurt pretty fucking hard. Not from carrying the other healers, because, I'm used to that. I've been doing that pretty much my entire raiding career. But from carrying a lot of the DPS on the Essence of Anima orb damage.
We pretty consistently had our rogues with Shuriken Toss and Suzu, our Mistweaver, doing more damage than some of our range.
Now, I'm not going to name any names, but apparently certain pure DPS classes, with all their fancy rotations and cooldowns, couldn't beat a Mistweaver monk pretty much just pressing one fucking button, crackling Jade Lightning. And I mean, Rash, I don't mind having to carry, because, you know, he's getting up there in years, has a hard time moving around by himself, which is why, as you can tell by looking at him, he doesn't go outside much. And number two, he's pretty much just skin and bones anyway, so there's not much weight to carry. The rest of you guys, though, you have your youth. Just fucking pick it up, alright?
Scumbag chickens, patting on the essence of Vita. I see what's up.
Dude, I only dotted it with one
I
dot.
don't know what you're talking
focus
about.
up. I want to kill it.
We usually have a saving grace on every fight. You know, it's one change in strategy that completely revolutionizes our kill.
As we got better at the debuff handling and stuff like that, the fact that our pally tank, Thevestian, couldn't keep himself up through Fatal Strike became more of a big deal.
It was an issue because our polls weren't very quality. We kept dying a lot. Thevestian was having issues using his cooldown correctly because, I guess, the timing was off.
Blizzard cannot figure out how to do a mechanic where it hits at the exact same point every single time when it's a melee swing mechanic.
The problem is that sometimes when he reaches 100 energy, he doesn't immediately do Fatal Strike. Like, sometimes he'll melee swing right at 100 and not do it, and then he'll wait, and then he'll do it on the next one. So the Paladin active negation, Shield of the Righteous, it's only 3 seconds long. So what he would have happen sometimes is that the boss would reach 100 energy and a timer would go off. Like, every boss mod just tracks his energy bar. You would hit your active mitigation. He would swing and not do Fatal Strike. And then he would swing right after and do Fatal Strike right when your thing was fading, and he would just kill you. Because that's what happens. If you don't have active mitigation up, you die.
And even Tact was like, oh yeah, dude, if I had a 3-second cooldown instead of a 6-second cooldown, I would have died.
Tact decided to go make a second appearance on the Pain Sutney Bros list, okay? He decided to go and tank Rawden in Phase 1, and then he was gonna go, like, okay, I'll just chill for Phase 2, and then our Paladin could go and do it in Phase 2.
So we just said, fuck it, we'll 2-tank it, Tact will be the other tank, he'll deal with that in Phase 1 because warriors are pretty good at dealing with that. And then we just had the Bestia tank in Phase 2, and we did fine on tanks after that.
Just an idea, like, I'm fucking everything right. It's like, I'm popping as soon as the fucking DBM is telling me, like, I'm doing the fucking whole Avenger before. It's either fucking doing too early or fucking doing too late. I'm even watching the fucking time to get 100 and popping. I'm just giving an idea because we have fucking 11 attempts and I want to kill this shit.
We were plowing through attempts. It was Tuesday night, and we really wanted to get it down. When we get up to attempt 20, I'm thinking, oh, fuck, we're going to have to re-clear, we're not going to get this kill.
So, on attempt number 24, we finally get a good transition into Phase 2.
In Phase 2, what happens is if this red orb explodes, somebody needs to soak it. It's kind of like Sparks on Will of the Emperor. Except if nobody goes out there to soak it, it deals 1 million damage to everyone. Like, so if you don't soak, you win, is basically the deal. So the very first red orb comes out, and I'm like, I hope people know that we're supposed to be soaking. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I don't care, I'm soaking. So I fucking ran out there and jumped on the thing and got hit for 1 million damage and died. And I was in Mumble, and I was like, you have to soak these. Like, I soaked this one because I'm retarded. So we have to make sure we soak these. So the next red orb comes out. The next orb is also a red. And I'm like, can we get a mage to soak this thing? So Tinran runs out there. Really clutch play by him, by the way. He hasn't got a lot of play time in this expansion, or this content patch, because his DPS has been a little meh, and his raid awareness has been very meh. And we had him in on this boss because we were stacking as many range as possible to kill orbs. So he runs out there and ice blocks. Now the thing gets away and isn't dead yet, so Tinran's like, I hope I'm still in range of this. So he clicks off Ice Block and runs under the orb and dies and soaks it the same way I did, like a moron, essentially. But essentially doing a massively clutch play that, like, pretty much solidified this attempt.
Of course, I'm thinking, alright, we got the tank situation dealt with, so we'll probably make it back in here regularly, but, we're gonna wipe here once or twice while we get used to the big damage and that one mechanic that can instantly kill us. But, I think after those 1 or 2 wipes, we'll be okay, and the fight's over.
Like, we didn't even get through all our cooldowns at the end of Phase 2 before we killed him. He dies at 5%.
Killed him, general chat in raid filled with grats. We had something on the official Realm forums. I think somebody posted, congrats on crits, yada yada yada. And unlike Lei Shen, he dropped loot that people could actually fucking use.
Devotion's out.
What about trinket?
Come on. Yes, sir.
That was
Jesus
easy.
Christ,
Very
Phase
good.
2 is easy.
That's all it took was one attempt, guys.
So yeah, it was a great kill, and I mean, we got it Tuesday night. So Wednesday, Thursday, alt runs happened. I took some time off because I needed to get some shit done.
As far as the rest of my week, I ended up going to the bar. So because we didn't end up raiding, I was like, fuck it, I ended up going to the bar and getting pretty plastered on Wednesday. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't tell anybody it was celebratory for finishing a World of Warcraft here, because that would have,
What else did I do? We just kind of hung out. It was a really nice week off. Watched a lot of Doctor Who with Kanata, because I'm forcing her to watch Doctor Who. Great show. Anyone who doesn't watch Doctor Who is a communist.
So yeah, we're 13 of 13. We're done with the tier. It's fucking awesome. Go big crits.
It's over, man. Tier's done.
Rah, rah, rah. We killed Raden. We need cheerleaders. Why don't we have cheerleaders?
we can get some trials, we can try a lot of apps.
We're going to be recruiting a lot.
We're still recruiting a resto shaman, female, aged 19 through 22, around 5'4", female, preferably maybe Asian. Doesn't have to be Asian, we're flexible here. But I think that would be a very good asset to our shaman corps. We would enjoy that. I don't know if you should put that in. That's creepy. I'm a creeper.
Well, kids, that's the end of progression for this tier. Tune in next week, where we'll wipe to easy bullshit bosses, because after a straight month of extending to get the last 2 guys, we've probably forgotten how the fuck to do anything else.